Hey guys, welcome back to my video series on Fire Emblem Fate's Conquest Lunatic Classic Mode. Before we start this chapter, I would want to go to the shop to buy a Javelin for FE. And the Javelin is basically the hand axe equivalent for Lancers, where it gives you more range on your attacks, but as long as you have it equipped, you have -5 effective speed, so you can't just, equip it and leave it. But the reason why I put in that little segment is that I want to show you guys how I'm spending my money and resources as I'm playing through the game, because especially in Conquest, your money and resources are very limited, and how you spend them quite significantly influences how you play the game, and I kind of want to show that to you guys. So in this chapter, there are a total of 5 villages that you can visit, as denoted by the yellow glowing squares on the map that you can see, and the game tells you that with each village that you visit, at the end of the chapter you get more rewards. However, you will cap out at 3 villages, so you won't get any more rewards past visiting 3 villages, and that will be my goal for this chapter. So in order to achieve this objective, I have to cross the map from the left side when I start, the right side, sorry, when I start, all the way to the left side, where you will see that there will be 2 villages on the left side, bottom left side rather, that I can possibly reach. So here the game shows you an example of what happens when the enemy visits villages instead. You will not be able to visit the village anymore. Instead, they will spawn enemies. And on this turn, I gained 2 new characters, Odin and Naus. Both pretty awesome characters. Naus a bit more so, because in this chapter and in his base stats, he can actually double and kill off all the mage characters, all the mage enemies rather, in this map, which is going to be really useful for me. Alright, and there are also 2... No, before that. Alright, so this maid that I'm highlighting here, her name is Flora, and the green squares indicate the range of her free stuff, which will be an annoyance to me as I'm trying to cross the map in the shortest amount of time possible, and the free stuff will kind of hinder my plans a little bit. So I have to make sure to be out of range of her. At the same time, you can see I just used my Elise. She is a royal, so she can use Dragon Veins, and Dragon Veins have different effects on different maps. In this map, the Dragon Veins will unfreeze the river, as you just saw, like a huge pool of water just appeared in the middle of the map. This allows me to block off enemies coming from the middle part of the map, which will hinder me from crossing the map to the other side.
I guess that's it.
Yeah, see the enemies over there, they tried to reach me, but they can't really do that because the river is there. And now the river freezes up in 1 turn, so the Dragon Vein effect for this map only lasts for 1 turn. Right, here I'm going to put Silas paired up with Sodia, and I'm going to send him right in front of Flora. And the reason I'm doing this is because Flora's AI is designed such that she will not use her free stuff as long as someone is within attack range of her. So her attack range is denoted by red squares that you can see, and she's programmed to never move from her starting position. So she'll not try to attack my other units, and she'll also not try to freeze my other units, because her priority is to attack anyone who enters her attack range. And here I'm going to activate the second Dragon Vein, again to prevent enemies from reaching me, as I'm trying to visit the 2 villages on the left side, which you can now see.
You'll be alright.
Also, I chose not to attack with Silas because Flora is a user of hidden weapons, and when you get damaged by hidden weapons, you get a defensive debuff, a defensive and offensive debuff depending on what hidden weapon is being used. And it's actually possible for Silas to die on enemy phase if I attack her first, since I'll get the debuff applied to me 1 turn earlier, as well as the initial damage of the hidden weapon. and I have to be mindful of enemy rangers now that I don't have any more dragon veins to use, so the enemies will start coming towards me.
I have faith in you.
I see blood is Flora's personal, which damages non-adjacent attacking units. The damage is not really significant, so it doesn't matter too much. Alright, +4 on Silas, pretty good. Okay, so with this, now you can see Silas is in range of the right side middle village, which I'm going to go to right away. And the Lancer was one step away from visiting that village. Yep, I'm gonna be visiting here. So I switched to Sonia, but I didn't equip the Dragon Stone on her. And my thought process here was that Conquest AI is programmed to not attack you when they know that they are going to deal 0 damage, or they have 0% hit rate on you. They'll either just sit there staring at you, or they'll just advance towards you and then just not do anything. And more often than not, they'll try to find other targets instead. So I don't want the Lancer to get damage on enemy face this turn, which is why I chose to equip the Yato instead. Alright, so with Odin visiting this village, this makes 3 villagers. I've achieved my objective.
I'll do my best.
Alright, so the Lancer chose to not attack me anyways. His AI is... I don't know how his AI is being made. It's kind of weird.
Please, accept my help.
Now on hindsight, as I'm watching this video, I guess he was trying to go to the village in the top middle part of the map. Eh, who knows? He's dead anyway.
Whew, tough one.
Okay, so I have the ranges of those two. Well, that one X-Fighter highlighted, and I want to try to not have my less defensive units be in range of him. But as you can see with my nows, as if I'm trying to take out the mage in one hit with him, I have to put myself in range of that guy.
Let us join our strength. Leave it to
Just
me.
giving some EXP to a severely under-leveled
thanks.
Jacob. Yeah, we can see I'm 1 damage short of trying to finish him. And Naus is holding a bow, and bows have a fixed range of 2 squares, so they can't attack from 1 square away. So I cannot just attack the mage with Effie using her javelin and then have Naus finish it off, because Naus doesn't have enough movement speed, I guess you can call it, to finish the mage off. And I can't stand Naus here, because then he'll be in range of both X-Fighters and he would very likely die. Alright, so I decided that I don't have much of a choice. I have to put Naus in range of the X-Fighter. But if he receives an attack from the highlighted X-Fighter and X-Fighter coming from the left, the right, sorry, he would definitely die. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to use FE to block the path of the highlighted X-Fighter, so that Naos will only take one hit, in which case it's likely that he survives, especially since Elise is here to heal him. Alright, so the highlighted X-Fighter goes for Jacob instead, because he calculates that he can deal more damage to Jacob than FE. Okay, that's the last village that Lancer reached. So all 5 villages have been visited at this point. Here I wanted to give the kill to Odin, but because of my lack of math skills, I'm actually 1 damage short.
Yet another victory.
Plus 5 is pretty good. Okay, so at this point, the boss is on the top left corner of the screen. Not sure if you guys saw that, but after I finish this X-Fighter over here, I can actually just go send all my units to the left side and take out the boss. The main objective of this chapter, in order to complete it, is just simply to take out the boss, but that's not what I'm going to do. When I play, I try to kill as many enemies and get as many treasure chests as possible. So you actually see me take a detour to the left side, or to the right side, sorry, to take out all the enemies over there for extra EXP. Yep, I have to be mindful of all these enemies here as I'm moving my units.
Not bad, I guess.
Okay, so unlike the enemies that spawn from the top right village, the enemies that spawn from the top center village would actually are programmed to run towards me. And as I said in the previous chapter, the purple boxes did indicate the maximum range of enemies, although sometimes they can be a little deceptive because your units are standing in the way, and their actual attack ranges are a bit bigger than you may or may not expect. So I have to try to make sure that I know exactly what the maximum range of enemies is without having to rely on purple boxes too much. The purple boxes are nice in that they indicate the possibility that an enemy is in range, which I find pretty useful, but sometimes I tend to, rely on it too much and think like, oh, if I move 1 square away, I'll be safe, right? But in actual fact, the enemy range is slightly longer, and I lose a unit just, out of stupidity.
This should be simple. This will do. Let us join our strength. Never fear. I guess that's it. Together we shall prevail.
18 kills for Odin, since he starts out pretty under leveled. Like, all my units are like level 7, level 8, and he starts at level 5. I like Naus who starts at level 8, I think. Okay, my plan is actually to make Effie take out the mage, the mage that is furthest away from me. So I don't really want Effie to take out the mage that's closer. Because whoever wants to take out the mage furthest away from me is likely going to enter the range of the 2 highlighted mages further up top. And I need to make sure that the unit who enters that range can at least take an attack stance boosted attack from one mage. Alright, so 16 plus 2... 16 times... 16 plus 5 is not enough. The mage will be left at 1 HP, but all my options at this point will leave enemies at 1 HP, so my hand is kind of forced in that sense. Alright, so I'm gonna put Arthur in range of the 2 highlighted mages this time. Equipped with the hand axe, or rather equipped with the iron axe instead of hand axe, so he won't get double.
You are not alone. No hands, stay back.
Just double checking that the 2 mages don't have enough magic damage to kill Silas in one hit. So after I clear out this X-Fighter, you can see that the space that he was standing on previously is cleared. So here I can put the javelin that I bought for my FE to good use.
We're not done yet! I'll return the favor. Am I?
+4 is nice.
I'll protect
Yep, so now Arthur will be left with 3 HP, which is completely fine. Okay, so this part is just gonna be very straightforward. Luring enemies in and then killing them on my face.
Please, accept my help. This one's for you.
Nice work.
had better. Such heroism! Such a tease. We have no choice. Together we shall prevail. Just in time.
I'm with you.
Power overflowing.
Very nice
Whoa,
goals
whoa.
from Odin here.
You'll be all right. Distance now!
Unnecessary crit.
I'll return the favor.
So when you're going to use bow users to bait out magic users,
We won't give up.
you have to be slightly careful because, as I mentioned before, bows can only attack from a fixed range of 2 squares away. So if you go within 1 square away of the archer and you attack him, he will actually be unable to counter attack you. So essentially he will become a punching bag. But here the maximum range on that highlighted mage doesn't allow him to enter within 1 square of my archer. So my archer can counter attack and finish him off.
Thank you.
And now I'm going to engage the Lancer who visited that village. Slowly making my way to the right side of the map. You can see the boss on the left side just chilling. There's no turn limit in this chapter, so I can take my time here.
Yay!
I have faith in you. To the rescue!
I can always count on you.
Much obliged.
Okay, so in most circumstances, when you try to move a unit on top of another unit, the game will understand that you are trying to initiate a pair up. But in the case of staff users and in the case of dancers, which you get to see later on, the game actually assumes that if you do the same action to pair up, instead you won't pair up, but you will use your staff or you will dance for that person instead, which sometimes can get really annoying because, you know, I try to pair up units out of force of habit and the game decides that, oh, you're actually meant to heal him, therefore I'll just heal his like 1 HP or something, and your plans get kind of messed up a bit. So the reason why I wanted to pair up Jacob to Sonia there is because I'm going to have to send her slightly deeper into enemy lines. As you can see from the purple box here, the mage, the rightmost mage, is actually in range of me, but he didn't actually come out. So if you guys remember, this group of enemies spawned with the first village being visited at the start of the chapter, and this group of enemies is programmed such that they only attack you when when you're in range of multiple enemies within that group. So you can see I'm only in range of the mage right now. I'm not in range of the X-Fighters, and now I'm trying to move like 1 square forward to try to get them to attack me. It's actually pretty annoying because like I'm getting a mix of magical and physical attackers here. This is something that I think Conquest likes to do a little bit. They try to mix physical and magical enemies within the same range to try to mess with you, because there are very few physically and magically tanky characters in the game, and they are usually like characters that are really physically tanky and characters that are usually really magically bulky. Very hard to find units that are good at both aspects.
Allow me to join.
Lucky missed there. And here, since I kept the rest of my units close, I'm going to be planning to take all these enemies out in one phase.
We've got this.
While feeding as many kills to Odin as I can.
Whew, tough one.
Here I am. This is my chance.
Such heroism.
You'll be all right.
Again, a javelin comes in useful here.
Let me try. Nice work.
I decide to attack the X-Fighter here because he's blocking the way for my Nounce to be able to finish off the mage in one turn, as he always does. So you can see my range of my Nounce is in such a way that without standing on the spot that the X-Fighter was standing on, I cannot use my bow against him.
That was too close.
So Silas finishes off the X-Fighter, and now my Nounce can go to that spot, that particular spot. And this guy is as good as dead.
I believe in you.
So at this point, only the boss is left.
I guess that's it.
I'm healing Effie for 1 HP here,
Nice work.
because this is the only way that Elise can gain EXP, since she's purely a staff user. And for staff users, every time you use a staff, you gain EXP. She cannot attack, so she cannot gain EXP by killing enemies.
Thank you.
So basically, I'm just trying to use her staves as much as possible. And this boss is looking to be quite a handful. You can see he's able to one-shot my Silas. Just checking damage done while moving into position to take him out. All of these numbers don't look very good for me. Alright, so the boss has the Nosferatu tomb, and what the Nosferatu tomb does is that you heal for half the damage that you deal. And in exchange, the Nosferatu tomb cannot double or proc offensive skills. The boss also has a skill called Vantage, so when he's at 50% HP or below, he will actually attack first, even if it's your turn. So he will actually get the heal from his Nosferatu before you can attack him. Here's Elise just trying to use as many heals as she can for more EXP. So this is the turn that I want to try attacking him, but I'm not gonna have Jacob stand here, even though he's supported by attack stuns, because I want someone else to stand there. And I'm good at the attacking for 1 damage. So if you guys remember when I was talking about Flora and hidden weapons earlier on, hidden weapons will decrease their enemies' defensive stats and offensive stats depending on which hidden weapon that you're using. So I started off by debuffing the enemy's defenses first, so that I'll actually start dealing good damage to him. I'm going to use the Yato instead of the Dragon Stone here, because the Yato has better accuracy and they both do the same amount of damage. And the damage that I receive doesn't matter too much because I want to kill him in this turn. If I don't kill him in this turn, someone is going to die and I have to reset anyways. So you could see him healing by damaging me there as well. And here you see that my Naus has a very surprisingly lower hit rate on the boss, because the boss is actually S ranked in Tomes. If you saw the green letter word S there on the bottom right of the screen when it's showing his profile, and Tomes actually have weapon advantage over bows. So especially since he's at S rank in Tomes, my Naus is not going to do very well against him, and missing attacks against him is even more devastating because then I have a more bigger chance to not deal any damage to him, while he can still hit me and heal from damaging me, which will be really bad for me because I'll end up having not enough damage to kill me in one turn. Meanwhile, Silas has access to the Bronze Lance, and Lancers have weapon advantage over Tomes. Alright, he just healed back to 17 HP. And now here, I can finish him off with FE. Javelins are also considered Lancers, so I also have the weapon advantage here. And hopefully none of these 80% miss. Otherwise I'm screwed. Right? So, mission accomplished. Really good growth on FE here, oh my god, that's like +6. And yep, the chapter is done. So once again, thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, stay tuned, I'll be posting even more. And if you guys have any feedback or questions about the game, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I will try to answer as many of them as I can. For now, see you in the next video.